Hi there. So this is funny. I'm re-recording this video actually now because I just had recorded my daily video. So hi there. Funnily enough, I just realized that the video that I just shot was using the other camera. I'm still figuring this live video out. So I have to do, or I want to do this again. So I told you a little bit about the story of my, like how I came to Kundalini yoga and those breathing meditations, and how I actually felt there could be a simpler version that just works, like just take what works and sort of get rid of the rest, so that more people like you and I have access to breathing techniques and meditation techniques without sort of the hippie overwhelm and the cultural overwhelm that I think it doesn't need. And remember, I wanted to zoom in onto one story there, which was basically, what do you do when things aren't working out for you? So remember, so I was back in New York City. It was 10 years ago. I was really busy, and I was very stressed out, and I had always been interested in meditation. So since I was a teenager, I've played around with meditation, and and at this point in time, I'm really stressed. I had just moved, and just make sure it's recording right. So I just moved, and I'm really stressed out. I'm getting depressed because things aren't working out the way I want them to, and I chose I was doing this Zen meditation, very simple, very strict meditation from the Zen Buddhist sort of school of meditation, and I remember I had been doing this for 6 months, and actually things were getting less good. I was maybe a little less stressed, because yeah, sitting down for a while will make you less stressed, but I remember getting more and more depressed, and more introspective, and more sort of reclusive, and at some point I realized, hey, this isn't working for me. And although everyone had all the literature tells you meditation is good, and science tells you meditating is good, and I tell myself, oh, this is great for me, and I at some point just had to check in with myself and say, oh wow, this isn't working for me, and I'm actually worse off right now than I'm better. I did this meditation every day. In the morning, I would wake up early. I would sit down. I had a very fancy meditation pillow and everything, so I was set up and I was invested in it. And I guess I had a sort of like a Hail Mary moment, where I was like, oh my God, this is making me more depressed, and I think that was a very humbling experience to have to be honest to myself, that I just had invested like 6 months of time and energy into something that I guess, yeah, wasn't for me, and I wasn't having fun. And I realized that, at some point I was like, yeah, I'm not enjoying myself. I'm not enjoying myself before it. I'm not enjoying myself during it, and I'm not enjoying myself after it. So I really, I'm right away. I made a plan of saying I need to find something else. I need to find a better technology, really, something that actually helps me feel less stressed and less depressed. Not less stressed and more depressed. That's not, that's not acceptable. And so I started looking around again, and it was really hard actually to let that go, to let that sink in, to say yeah, this isn't working for me, and I'm gonna let it go. So I'm gonna let it go is actually sometimes the hardest, as you probably know. And I struggled with acknowledging that, yeah, I'll just let it be, and I'll find something new. And now that I think about it, yeah, I remember that this letting go and sort of getting it out of my system and not feeling bad about myself that I had failed. Actually, I felt like I had failed. I felt like I had done it wrong. I felt that I had done technically everything right. I had I had followed the instructions. I was being very very strict on the timing, and I did everything right on the outside, but I still felt like a failure that I couldn't make meditation work for me in a time when I needed it to. And so it took me a while to not feel guilty about it to myself, and it took me a while to let this let this specific meditation sort of let it out of my life. And luckily eventually I got over it. So it felt like a breakup, like when when you see like something isn't working, and you it's not working out and you're not really happy. And I mean, I'm sure you've been in a breakup and that sucks. And so it felt a little bit like that, not just a little bit, it felt a lot like a breakup. And I was breaking up with a meditation that I had chosen, and that I thought would be my liberation, and it wasn't. And I got over it, and I sort of stepped back I didn't meditate, I didn't do anything. I was just like, okay, I need to sort of reset myself, which was good, and it led me on to my path. But so I achieved that. I did achieve sort of a let go, and the bigger sort of lesson here for me was really making sure that checking in with myself, feeling if something is working for me or if it's not working for me, and being very honest, starting to be honest with myself if it's not working, and to say, yeah, this isn't working, and taking actual action with, in this case, a meditation, saying, yeah, you know what, it's making me depressed, it's not working. I need to change something here, and I learned that, and I think this is a very important lesson. That was hard to keep on feeling into yourself, listening into yourself, and sort of being able to look into yourself, and at the same time take a step back and say, how am I feeling here, and is this feeling right, and is the progression going in the direction that I want. So I think that's the bigger change that happened in this part of the story, to be more cognizant on my own feelings, and making a change when things aren't working the way they should be. So that's my story for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this time around I've recorded it in the right way so I can upload it right away, and so you can listen to it. So thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.